What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, your host, CJ3, aka the Gym Slasher, CJ83, at Instagram and on YouTube. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the heart, hit the notification button, man. Just let me know that it's real, man. Keep showing me that love as y'all have been doing. We just want to try to keep the numbers and run them up as much as we can. I got a link of my video, my radio interview that's going to be attached to this video. I may attach them to other videos as well, just to kind of show just a little bit different light of me, but it's kind of still on the same breadth of conversation and where I'm about and what I'm about in terms of teaching, training, motivating, encouraging athletes and teachers and all the and everything in between in terms of working out and fitness and your journey, your own journey. So I told you I'm not only a teacher, but I'm my own student as well. Like, I'm learning as I'm going, as while I'm talking to you guys as I navigate through this life and trying to help you guys to navigate through this life as well. With that being said, you read the thumbnail. Be more than that. Be more than an athlete. I don't want that to be misconstrued as the saying "more than an athlete," which I love that statement. But if you looked at any part of my interview, it was my journey coming from Los Angeles, going from Los Angeles to where I'm at now, and how that all happened. And it was twofold. My athletic prowess helped me get to things that I would have never been able to get to if it was just been my academics. But my academics is what kept me in a lot of those places as well. So my athleticism and my academics were married together. I couldn't do one without the other. And I mentioned this in the interview. I quickly understood that I had to compete at a high level on both aspects when I got in the classroom and then when I got on my respective field. As you as an athlete, whether if you're a professional, whether if you're training, aspiring to be a professional, you're in collegiate sports, or high school, I want you to have that same mentality in terms of competing, whether you're on the court or off the court. Now, there's a couple of videos that I mentioned as well as that, and a couple other videos is you stay in competitive mode the whole time. But on this one is a little bit more unique in terms of, don't be ashamed for having smarts, having the intelligence, and having the athletic prowess. Use both at your advantage. As you as a sports athlete, or a student athlete, excuse me, as a student athlete, having both of those attributes is very rare in itself, to be able to compete at a high level off the field and compete at a high level on the field. You'll be surprised on where that can take you by using both of these things to your advantages. You'll find out later on in life, or and some of you are already finding out now, that you use what you can use to get to next levels of your dreams and aspirations and your goals. Let me give you an example. I hear a lot of coaches and non-coaches, so teachers and academics and stuff like that, tell athletes to, just take, simple classes and you're going to go pro and all this other stuff. I've always told athletes to be unapologetic in using your athletic prowess to get you other places. As you have known, and if you do the studies, the top 5% make it professional in any facet of your respective sport. Major League Baseball, NHL, tennis, NBA, NFL, all the major sports. You looking at those professional athletes, those are the 1 to 5% of athletes in their respective fields across the world, right? Which puts them at a premium, right? That's why you see all the money and entertainment and all that stuff that's going on. I also but also knowing that you may not get to that professional level in terms of you being a professional player for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, right? But you can use that athleticism to get to college and get a full ride, or get a close to full ride of a scholarship, to where you're not burdening your parents, you're not burdening yourself, and you can use that to take that to other things that you want. As an athlete, you can be more than just an athlete. If you like going into music, you like acting, you like business, you like being in the medical field or architecture, engineering, you don't have to necessarily quit playing sports when you get to college to do those things, right? If you got an extra trade, and that trade is your athleticism, use that when you're in high school and use that while you're in college to open doors up for other avenues that you may want to get in, but you're using that athleticism as a way to kick down the door. For myself, I love playing football, I love playing basketball, I love playing all these sports. When I realized that I can get somewhere with this football, I wanted to make sure I took full advantage of that. I also had other dreams and aspirations as well, in addition to football. Football wasn't my only thing. I love to get in acting. I love business. I love speech. I love um, you know science. There were so many other things that I like doing and enjoy doing, but I knew that some of those doors were kind of closed for me if I just went off of my athleticism. If I start marrying my academics with my athleticism and using sports as a way to get through college and open up other doors that I wanted to pursue, I was unapologetic at using that. Once I realized that, I said, "Oh, okay, I can use my sports as a way to get into other avenues." And when that happened, all these doors that I seen that I didn't have quite access to on my own, I now start having access to because of my athleticism. I already had the academics, I just needed to get in the door, right? So with you as an athlete, we get sometimes marginalized in terms of just being an athlete, and then we rebel off our athleticism, and then not wanting to use that as a way to get to other things that we wanted to do. I'm saying use that. I mean, because there's not a lot of people that has that opportunity to have other things that they want. For some people, is all or nothing in going into engineering or architecture or a doctor, and they're doing all these other stuff and focusing, where you may want to do those same things, but you just so happen to be, an athletic genius. Use that and be unapologetic about it. And you start seeing those doors open to other things you want. If you go through college, you got a scholarship, and you're playing for all your 4 years, there is no drop down if you didn't make it pro in your respective sport. If your drop down is, I got a career in the other fields and other things that I wanted to do, that's not a knockdown. That is a win. That is a plus. Sometimes I get frustrated when I see and I hear big media telling, these young athletes to just play your sport and don't do anything else, and it's all or nothing, or you got to leave your sports alone and then go to your academics, or if you want to get in this career, you can go and pursue those things and pursue those career paths in addition to your athleticism, and using that as a way to get in. And when you get in those careers, you start to find that your athleticism, that competitive drive, is similar in terms of your career and how you going at your career. It gives you an advantage because you know both sides of the spectrum in terms of competitiveness and drive and training and working and repetition. You understand those, so you tend to find yourself being more successful because of that athleticism, because you use that as a way to get in the door, and that door helps you to open up to other things that you wanted to accomplish and do. And I think I'm glad that I used football helped me get to places that I would not have ever gotten to just on my own and my own academics, because some of those doors were not they were not going to open up for me. It's just what it is, right? So once I realized I can use that, then everything else became more simple in terms of understanding and taking this knowledge and this information and using that into other things. My ultimate goal was, I'm going to be a success regardless. I have things that I can use as a means of success, but you're not going to deny my success. I have other options. So with you as a young student and you're in high school or middle school, you're going into college or wanting to pursue college, right? Use that athleticism and start looking at other arts and other forms that you like doing and other things you like doing, and use that as a way to get into those doors that otherwise would have had those doors being closed. Now you have them open and you can go and pursue them. So with that being said, I didn't want to be too long with this video. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Keep following me. Keep listening to me. Keep watching my maturation process. And I won't let y'all down. With that being said, who are you? What is your mission? All right. I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. Deuces.